Okay, now is it all clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So, Hariom, now we'll start with gastrointestinal disorders. In this first disease, we'll go for gastritis. So, these are the gastrointestinal disorders given in our syllabus. First, we'll go for gastritis. By the name itis, again, as I told in the very first or classes, that what is the word itis means for
Inflammation, ma'am.
inflammation. Okay, so and it is related to something gastro, so that means it is related to your digestive system. When there is inflammation in mm, somewhere in your stomach, then it will be called as gastritis. Once. Okay, so now very easy. Gastritis is a journal term we'll see for a group of a condition with one thing in the common. That is, I've told you that itis is happening. So it means that inflammation of the lining of the stomach. Why stomach? Because gastro word is there. Inner, and this inner lining itself is called as inner mucosal lining of the stomach. Okay, and all the just inner linings of all the part of the body are called as mucosal layers. Okay, so when it is of the stomach, therefore it is written that inner mucosal lining of the stomach. The stomach lining contains glands that produces stomach acid and enzymes necessary for the digestion of the food. Inside our stomach, which acid is released? Can anyone tell?
Ma'am, saliva.
Inside our
Saliva,
stomach, which acid?
Saliva.
saliva acid.
Eh, you are you are asking about acid.
Yes. Stomach acid, also known as stomach acid. Studied
Uh,
enough, enough.
is it hydrochloric acid, ma'am?
Hydrochloric acid.
HCl, okay? Hydrochloric acid. So hydrochloric acid, this which is important for our body for the further digestion and all. Okay. So stomach lining contains gland that produces these gland produces the stomach acid and enzymes that break down the food and also necessary for the digestion of it. In some cases, gastritis can lead to the ulcers. Okay. We'll study ulcers in further classes. It is also in our syllabus. Okay. Ulcers and then increased risk of the stomach cancers. Okay, ulcers could further be converted into the cancerous diseases. Okay, inflammation of the whole stomach is called as pan gastritis, where this word pan we have studied before also. In which disease? Anyone?
Sinusitis.
Right.
Okay, and what word in the sinusitis for which
If it
part?
all the sinus is affected.
Pan sinusitis. It is called as pan sinusitis, and of which who answered? Can you name yourself?
Ma'am, Suja.
Okay. Okay, very good. So pansinusitis when all the your all sets of sinuses are involved in it. Inflammation of the part of the stomach is called as antral gastritis. If in our stomach the whole stomach layer, which layer, inner mucosal layer is getting inflamed, then it will be called as pan gastritis. If any particular reason, only one part, any of the particular reason is getting affected, it will be called as antral gastritis. Now types are acute gastritis. The name itself acute gives a little for short period, a little less dangerous. Okay, and chronic is named itself can be seen that it is a long prolonged disease along with the high risk of problem. Okay, now acute gastritis. Acute gastritis is a sudden inflammation of the lining of the stomach. Suddenly, when linings of the stomach get inflamed, that will be acute gastritis. Very easy. This and again next is indigestion disease is also very easy. Occurs suddenly. Okay, and chronic. It is inflammation of the lining of the stomach that occurs gradually and persists for the it means that it persists for the prolonged time, that for the long period of the time. Chronic word itself is for the prolonged situation. Okay, appears slowly over a time. It start happening with slow speed, but over a time could become for the long period of time. So lead to symptoms. Very easy symptoms, matlab, very simple to understand. Abdominal pain or discomfort, nausea, that feeling of vomiting, indigestion, belching, bloating, loss of the appetite. They will feel no hunger type situation. Blood in the vomit or the stools in severe cases. Okay, when it will leads to the further severe cases, it could result in this blood in their stools and vomiting. Feeling of the fullness, burning, ache. Okay, burning sensation in your stomach, fullness, that always you will feel that my stomach is completely full. I don't want to eat anything like that. And pain in the abdominal region that leads to indigestion. We'll see for the next disease in your upper abdominal part. Okay, pain in your upper abdominal part.
Ma'am, can you show the previous slide once, please?
What, ma'am?
Can you show the previous slide once, ma'am? Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
So now causes gastritis is the inflammation of the stomach lining, weaknesses or any injury. Okay, weaknesses here means that any weakness or injury kind of situation when our system will become a little deprived. So injury to the mucus lining barriers that protects the stomach walls allows digestive juices to damage and inflame the stomach lining. It simply means that we are saying if there is any injury to this layer, inner layer, which is protecting, this inner layer is protecting our stomach walls. Mm. So if there is any injury or damage in that layer, so it will further leads to inflammation in the stomach lining. Same thing is written. A number of the diseases and condition can increase our risk of gastritis. That includes what? Inflammatory conditions, any of the condition which leads to inflammation, such as Crohn's disease. What is Crohn's disease? Nothing but it is a severe disease for this inflammation of the abdominal linings. Okay, very severe disease. The inflammation of the gastritis is most often the results of infection with the same bacteria that causes most stomach ulcers. And the most common bacteria which is responsible for causing these stomach disease or problem like that are H. pylori. Okay. We have studied about H. pylori. What is the full form H. pylori? Who will tell? My voice is audible now?
Yes,
Yes, ma'am. I don't know full form.
No one.
Ma'am, age pirate or pirate, ma'am, we studied in diet and nutrition that glycogenolysis process, I think.
Pylori.
But age pirate,
Pylori. Helicobacter pylori. Okay. This is the most common bacteria which is
ma'am,
responsible for all. Yes, ma'am.
sorry, ma'am, your voice is not clear.
Clear? Volume.
No, ma'am.
No, it is not clear.
Ma'am, still breaking.
Okay, so primary you have understand that Helicobacter pylori is not clear now or still breaking.
Yes, ma'am, still breaking. Sudha ma'am, what ma'am was asking? Are you here
The full
clearly?
form of that bacteria, H.
Yes, yes.
H. pylori.
H.
H.
pylori
pylori
bacteria.
bacteria.
So, where, means what is the function and where it can find?
Ma'am, one second. Actually, my network is no problem now. You can't hear. So I'm just checking it.
Yes, ma'am. Now you are audible.
Lipalika.
Yes, Rajeshwari ma'am.
It's a bacteria that can damage the stomach's protective lining, it seems.
Okay, okay.
H. pylori.
Okay, ma'am. Okay, thank you.
Yes, so my voice is audible now. I think so. On presenting, it is getting break due to the network issue. Is it now audible?
As of now, it is audible, ma'am.
So, problem is happening. I think so. When I'm presenting, that time problem is happening.
Can you try one more time, ma'am?
Okay, I'm trying. One second, I'm changing my network. Okay, now let me know screen is visible.
Not yet, ma'am. Yeah, now it.
Now
Yes, ma'am.
and voice.
Yes, yes, ma'am.
Okay, so we have done with this. We have done with this. So as I've seen that what H. pylori does, so as she told that it attacks the inner lining of the stomach, okay, which further results in the inflammation of the stomach lining. So what exactly it does, it makes the enzymes, okay. It is written that urease enzyme it makes, and what this urease enzyme does, it goes to the stomach and it lessen the acid effect of the acids, okay. So what does this acid does, after releasing its effect of the acid, it will neutralize them, okay, neutralize the effect of that acid, that is HCl there inside the body. Okay, this weakens our stomach lining, which further will results into the that inflammation, okay. So because that HCl is important for further digestion and proper cutting of the foods, okay. So
Ma'am, bacteria, that bacteria name is not written in the slide.
no, ma'am, it is
That is,
not written. Just I am telling you.
H, what you are telling? H. pylori. Can
H.
you say it again?
Pylori. It is written on the screen now.
Okay, I am seeing.
Okay. H.
H.
pylori. H means Helicobacter pylori. Okay.
H means
Now Helicobacter.
Helicobacter.
H
Okay.
E L I C O B A C T E R. Helicobacter pylori. Okay. The inflammation of the
Okay,
gastritis
ma'am.
most often the result of the infection with the same bacterium that causes, as I told, that most important bacteria in the problem of your stomach diseases are H. pylori. Drinking too much alcohol also can contribute to the gastritis, okay, because it will damage the our stomach linings. Now, risk factors for it is bacterial infections, regular use of the pain relievers, old age, excessive alcohol, cancer treatment, because they used to go for chemo and all, which will affect these linings by those rays. Your own body attacking cells in your stomach. Which cells these? I told you that this system is called as autoimmune system. Okay, autoimmune diseases. That's why these are called. Untreated or severe gastritis can lead to the complication such as stomach ulcers or the bleeding. We have seen before also this. With this gastritis is completed, how much short this gastritis is similar is indigestion. So we'll now only see the indigestion also. Okay, so we'll go for second gastrointestinal disorder, that is indigestion. Very common term, very common disease we use normal day-to-day life. We hear about one or the other. Okay, now first we'll see dyspepsia. This is nothing but the indigestion itself. Dyspepsia is a collective term for any symptoms thought to be originated from the upper GI tract. What is GI tract? Can any
Gastrointestinal.
Yes, very good. So gastrointestinal tract. Okay, that the problem at the upper GI tract region, upper gastrointestinal part, those is related to dyspepsia. Okay, and this is nothing but a collective term for any symptoms or any problem in this upper gastrointestinal or GI tract. Okay, now symptoms for it is normal heartburn, upper abdominal discomfort, usually happens in the many people's. Okay, you can see by your nearby. Okay, nausea, regurgitation. Can anyone tell what is regurgitation?
The gastric juice coming again up.
Yes, that means simple terms that whatever we eat, when we feel that it is coming out back to the mouth, that's some condition related to it is called as regurgitation, bloating and fullness. What is bloating?
Like
Fast,
feeling
for me.
Bloating of the stomach, ma'am.
What is bloating?
Oh, फूलना मैम फूलना बड़ा होना.
Okay, that is a little something related to swallowing up or up, not exactly swallow, but bulging up. Now, indigestion also called as dyspepsia. Therefore, this is the condition for dyspepsia. Okay, indigestion or an upset stomach, we can say discomfort in your upper abdomen. Very common, very simple. This is very simple slides. Okay, all indigestion describes certain symptoms such as abdominal pain and feeling of the fullness. You will feel all the time that I am full. Soon after you start eating rather than a specific disease. That means that as you start eating, soon just a little afterward, you will see that you will feel that I'm full and I will not eat more and more. It's not a disease itself, but a symptom. Okay, not a disease, but it is a kind of symptom for the further or other diseases. Okay, symptom of an underlying issues with the digestive system. If any issue, any problem in digestive system, that will definitely going to lead to the indigestion or problem in your stomach or upset stomach. Symptoms for it is early fullness during the meal, very simple. Uncomfortable fullness after the meal, Then discomfort in upper abdomen, burning in the upper abdomen, bloating, nausea, all symptoms we have seen before. Causing overeating. What are the main causes? If we are going for overeating, no proper digestion of the food is happening inside and will lead to indigestion. Or some food poisons like of thing which is not suiting to your body. Now spicy or the fatty foods, stress, again the manomach kosha leading to the physical body. Medications, helicobacter, this is the name, okay, Helicobacter pylori infection we used to call it, H. pylori. Helicobacter pylori infections, this bacterium can infect the stomach lining and leads to gastritis, as we have studied this in gastritis also, which can cause indigestion, okay. Now dyspepsia, that is any common term for management and the treatment. We have to go for dietary changes, because normally nowadays we are going for the packet foods without any workout, sedentary lifestyle, along with the foods which are not good for our body, like that, or fat foods that are not good for our body, oily foods, fried, half fried, deep fried, like that. We'll go for dietary changes as well as lifestyle modification, that we have to go for workout or at least 20 minutes of the physical activities for our body, and up to our limits we'll go for in our like yogic practices, we'll go for all the pranayama, meditation and all, and leads for it. This indigestion is also completed, very simple, okay, that's why complete. Yes, ma'am.
This dyspepsia is the cause for indigestion.
Dyspepsia is a common term, a collective term for this GI tract disorders.
Yes, ma'am. But is indigestion will occur is this the symptom? Dyspepsia is the symptom of indigestion. You are saying like cause of
In
indigestion.
dyspepsia, indigestion is one of the symptoms that I want to say.
Yes,
In
ma'am.
dyspepsia, yes.
But you are saying that dyspepsia will lead to indigestion also with causes.
Actually, these in usual term it is said that this indigestion itself is dyspepsia, but a little different, because it also involves, dyspepsia also involves other some other symptoms also together. Okay, and see one thing. Okay, so next disease. Can anyone tell what is our next disease?
Peptic ulcer.
Peptic ulcers. Ma'am, even one more doubt. In gastritis, we have seen that ulcers, right? Is this relating to only abdomen or anything mouth ulcers or
But in gastritis, ulcers are not happening. Inflammation only is happening. But this inflammation can severely leads to ulcers.
yes, ma'am. That ulcers leads to only stomach or even mouth.
No, in this disease, only in the stomach.
Okay, ma'am, thank you.
Okay. Actually, dyspepsia, it's sorry, one thing. Someone has asked, na, so this like dyspepsia itself is called as indigestion. Everywhere it is like that only. That it is indigestion only.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, so as I told, the dyspepsia is a collective term for symptoms that are in upper GI tract. So it will involve all like symptoms or problem that or symptoms like other symptoms like heartburn, upper abdominal discomfort, all you are getting in indigestion condition also. Okay, everything is you are having in indigestion condition itself. So this is the that collective symptoms. When these collective symptoms like heartburn, upper abdominal discomfort, nausea, regurgitation, and all what we have seen in first slide, when all these together comes, this thing only itself we call as indigestion. That if all these are happening, you will say that some indigestion thing type of thing is happening inside. Okay, so this is together causing dyspepsia, and this dyspepsia is itself called as indigestion. Is it now clear to someone have asked the question?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am. So very good. Now I will ask the question. Or all of you are ready? No answers. Should I ask
We
or
hear
no?
thumbs up, ma'am. We hear thumbs up.
Okay. So who is now ready to answer? Just raise your hands by yourself. Oh, everyone. Okay. So Rajeshwari ma'am will tell what is open your mic.
Yes,
What is
ma'am.
what is chronic bronchitis?
Chronic bronchitis is something that affects a long term, ma'am.
Long term. Like what is the disease? What happens in chronic bronchitis?
It's a it's a lung disease, ma'am.
Uh,
Where there could be inflammation or excess mucus, ma'am. Hope I'm right.
anyone want to tell something else?
Oh, ma'am, exited.
Then ma'am, excess mucus in bronchial tubes.
Okay, I have to add that.
Yes, ma'am.
Bronchial tubes.
Yes, Suja ma'am, can you tell anything? Matlab more precise.
Inflammation in
Ma'am, वो
bronchioles.
celiac
Inflammation in bronchioles is happening in bronchitis.
Is what you are saying, Rajeshwari ma'am.
मैम वो सीलिया कुछ डिस्ट्रॉय हो जाता है that in the airways that one point
इसीलिए कोई आदमी है इसीलिए कोई इसीलिए डिस्ट्रॉय हो जाता है. Okay. What is cilia? Shravani ma'am.
Hair-like structure that it's attached to these tubes, ma'am.
What is the function of cilia? Nipalika ma'am.
Ma'am, cilia removes the dust and purify the air. Yes.
Air in the environment. Yes, ma'am.
No, no, no. Air,
You saying
air,
air?
no, no, ma'am. Air in the means air what I will say means pathway of the how means bronchitis and
Means Rajeshwari ma'am, what is the function of cilia?
cilia is a hair-like structure which removes the dust particles that we inhale, ma'am.
Debris, yes, dust particle. Okay. So now, how many classifications we have studied for our chronic bronchitis, Shravani ma'am?
2, ma'am.
Okay. What are its name, Rajeshwari ma'am? Can you name them?
No idea, ma'am.
Right. Okay, Suja ma'am, can you name?
Ma'am, acute bronchitis and chronic bronchitis.
Okay. Now Rajeshwari ma'am is thinking, oh my God, very simple. Okay. So now Lipalika ma'am will tell what is bronchial asthma.
ma'am, bronchial asthma when recurrent attack when recurrent feel difficulty inhalation and exhalation, that is called bronchial asthma.
Okay. Now Suja ma'am will tell that what are the three main reasons That three things happens during this attacks, asthma attacks.
Ma'am, spasm in the airway, then inflammation, then mucus production in the airway.
Okay. Now, very good. What are the types of these bronchial asthma, Shravani ma'am? Based on the based on the severity of the symptom.
Persistent and normal. No? Persistent is one which is severe and acute. One I remember, ma'am. Next one.
Intermittent and persistent.
Yes.
If you know persistent, that means regular. Intermittent, in between and between. Very simple to learn. Okay. Also, on the basis of the time of the attack, seasonal, perennial, and regular. If you people have not. What is asthmaticus? Rajeshwari ma'am, asthmaticus. If you think, what you think, can you tell?
This I remember, ma'am, because I answered Sakshi once. So, despite the medication, the the condition continues, ma'am. In spite of using the dilators or whatever medicines, the condition continues to bother them.
Okay, very good. Thanks for not thinking. Okay. Now, so all of you know how many sinuses are there? Raise your hands. Like, all of you know, na? Okay. Now, what is BMI? Lipalika ma'am,
Body mass index.
what happens in it?
Weight in kg by square feet. Yes,
Square feet?
height in square feet.
Square feet?
Height in square, I think. Okay.
Square.
Yes, yes.
Yes, na? What a new formula. Wow. How much square? Suja ma'am?
Ma'am, weight in kilogram by height in meter square.
Yes, very good. Okay, square.
Okay, ma'am. Sorry. Sorry.
Okay. What is diabetes mellitus, Shravani ma'am? What is the meaning of this word diabetes mellitus?
Diabetes comes from diabetos, fountain, and mellitus is sweet, ma'am. Sweet fountain.
Okay. What is the organ related to diabetes, Rajeshwari ma'am?
Pancreas.
Pancreas.
What was the question you asked, ma'am?
Which like gland or organ of your body is related with this diabetes? Can you tell?
Pancreas only, ma'am. Pancreas is the one which takes care of the glucose and insulin.
Okay, so how many
Gla-
cells are there in pancreas, Suja ma'am?
And alpha, beta, and there is one more cell.
Alpha, beta, everyone knows because everyone study diabetes. That
Yeah.
third one I told you because it is extra. That only you don't know. Okay. This one you can tell Rajeshwari ma'am.
the third one you are asking, no, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Somastatin, somastatin. Hope I'm spelling right.
This somatostatin is cell.
Um, it's a it's released by delta, ma'am.
delta. So delta is the third cell, alpha, beta, and delta. What is the production of alpha, Lepalika ma'am?
Ma'am, we need to say like, only two hormones relating to diabetes, right? This delta is not relating to diabetes.
Yes. Like we are not studying in diabetes part, delta 1, because only two things is required for us. Okay. What is the production of alpha cells, Lepalika ma'am?
Glucagon hormone.
What is the production of beta cells, Suja ma'am?
Insulin.
Okay. So, and what is the production of delta cells, Rajeshwari ma'am?
Somatostatin.
And what is the another hormone last at about Suja ma'am?
I didn't get the question, ma'am.
What is the one more hormone I told? Insulin is done, glucagon is done, somatostatin is done. Fourth one I have told it. Fourth
I don't remember.
hormone. Rajeshwari ma'am, have you remember?
No, ma'am.
Okay, then Shravani ma'am will tell.
Hunger hormone, ma'am. Very.
What is the other name of hunger hormone? Now you can tell Rajeshwari ma'am.
No.
Suja ma'am now.
This somatostatin only.
No, ma'am. Something with G it comes in.
Glucose.
No. Shravani has typed
Hmm.
Gurley.
Don't type. Don't type. Okay. Now, what is the function of glucagon, Suja ma'am?
Glucagon converts this stored glycogen into glucose.
What is the function of glucagon, Lipalika ma'am?
Yes, ma'am. When blood is having low sugar, at that time from liver, glucagon instruct to liver to produce glucose from the glycogen
So,
form.
what she is telling, is it right or not?
It is right, ma'am.
No, Lipalika ma'am, is it right?
Yes, ma'am. Right, ma'am. Means when the when
What she is telling, that
sugar
is right or
level.
not?
Yes, ma'am.
What Suja ma'am told there, is it right or not?
Oh, Suja ma'am is told. Yes, Suja ma'am is told also right.
Not sure.
No, not sure. Suja ma'am told means glucagon help to convert from glycogen to glucose. But she should say means when the
Actually, she's
sugar
saying
level
the same. Actually,
is
she's saying the same thing what you have told. So I'm just
yes,
asking if you are clear or not. Okay, what is the function of insulin, Shravani ma'am?
It works like a receptor, ma'am, which releases, which makes you to store the glucose in the cell.
Okay. And also it makes it go to the for the storage also. Okay, in the liver. When it is enough for our cell, then it will be goes into. Okay. So, what is the name of the receptor, Rajeshwari ma'am?
Receptor.
Where
No,
this
ma'am.
receptor is present?
In the cell,
In the cell. Inside the
I'm not getting, ma'am. I'm not getting the questions.
ma'am, what this receptor is known as, this insulin receptor. What is the name of that insulin receptor? I named that and told you with the name that I am asking.
It's not clicking to me right now, ma'am. Sorry.
Can anyone else name? Pooja ma'am can name it or not?
Ma'am, GLUT receptor.
GLUT4. GLUT4 receptor. Okay.
Okay.
So the problem in how many types of diabetes are there, Rajeshwari ma'am?
Two types, ma'am. Juvenile and type 2.
And type 2.
Type
Okay.
1 and type 2.
What are the main generation or which generation is affecting in juvenile diabetes? Lipalika ma'am.
Ma'am, I am not getting your question. Can you repeat?
Which generation or which age group it involved are involved in type 1 diabetes, that is juvenile diabetes?
Okay, ma'am. That is very young children, means you can consider 8 to 10 years children.
Okay. So what happens in type 1 diabetes, Pooja ma'am?
In type 1 diabetes, enough insulin is not produced by the pancreas.
Okay. Like a little insulin is produced, but not that much, which is required. Okay.
Yes.
Is she saying right or not, Rajeshwari ma'am?
As far as my experience goes, ma'am, my niece is a juvenile diabetic. Her pancreas is totally gone, ma'am. So the insulin has to be given from outside.
Okay. So what exactly happens in this Lipalika ma'am? Is insulin is completely not produced, or a little amount of insulin is produced, but not complete fulfilling the demand?
Yes, ma'am. What you are asking means type 1
In
diabetes.
type
What?
1 diabetes is completely insulin is not produced by the beta cells, or it is producing but not meeting the actual requirement.
Ma'am, actually, what you said means second.
Ma'am,
That is right. Means it is insulin is produced by pancreas, but not that much what is required.
Shravani ma'am,
For me also, like little production will be there, ma'am. Mostly not production, or little production is also there, but which is not sufficient.
okay. Probably no production is there actually. Usually it happens that no production is there. Mm.
Which one? Type 1 you are saying, no, ma'am?
Yes, actually no production is there. As if
Yeah, they
as
will not have any production, no, ma'am. They will not have any production.
yes, you are saying right. Okay. So how many tests we have gone for the blood glucose checks? So for one you will name Niparika ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. That is fast is before fast and after fast and random.
Name.
Before fast means before fast. I am not getting. I think
Suja ma'am, first which
BBS and PBS means para. Yes, something.
okay, Shravani ma'am will answer all three.
Ma'am, first I know fasting blood sugar, and next is PBS, which is we'll do after meal. I know, but I don't remember the name. And next one is random blood sugar, RBS.
Okay, that is postprandial blood sugar.
Last time also you asked for the same question, ma'am. Same.
Hmm. So again and again I am asking. I think so. If I not ask, then you will get forget everything. Is this question and answer session form since starting till last? Is it helpful for all or not?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Because if you
It's
don't want to even read, or even if you don't want to study, still you are again and again listening the same thing, you will get like bored of that hearing. and you will get learned and completely indulge in your brain. It is helpful for all or not?
It gives me chills for a while, but I'm learning, ma'am.
More helpful.
What?
Of course,
Suggestion?
ma'am.
It gives me chills for a while, but then I'm learning, ma'am.
Yes. Okay. So very good. You all should revise and ask other students also to come, because it will make the confidence of the teacher also. Okay. To make our whole 1 year, sorry, 1 year, I'm saying 1 hour completely giving if we are, so it is very difficult. Huh? So more students should be there. It's good, no problem. Still, but
Actually, today Sakshi